What is going on, guys? So this update is technically for October 17, but it is most definitely the wee hours of the morning of October 18. So I have about an hour until the part store is open, so I've just kind of been working through it to try and get that as much of the lighting completely done as I possibly can so that I can run there and get the terminal pins that I need for the auxiliary switches. I had made a video about that a long time ago and it had just been shoved aside because we've been doing nothing but trying to figure out all of the issues that we're having with the suspension kit. So we don't know if hardware has been lost between the changing hands of the manufacturer to the powder coater to my shop. So we're in the midst of trying to figure out what all is missing and what we need to get coming and what needs to be powdered and everything else. So while we're trying to figure that out, I've been working on nothing but lighting, between routing, fixing or adding the little plugs that I have on the ends of them, and then getting them wired into the auxiliary switches. So that's what I've been doing. As I had showed y'all before, these little plugs are the ones I'm talking about. So each individual rock light has its own plug, and that way if I ever need to replace them, then I can just unplug it, replace it. So I did the lighting on all three builds a completely different way. I did the plugs on the dually. I did a chain link, like daisy chain, with just butt connectors on the TRX, and then the Jeep has RGB, so those are all each individual leads as well, going through daisy chaining to each other with plugs. So everything is completely different based on which vehicle you are asking wiring about. So that's fun. As some of y'all know, my fiance, he lives in New Mexico, so after work, he came to where I'm at in Texas so that he could help do whatever he possibly could to just help me along. So bless his heart, because he was able to get the wheel ring lights mounted for me. So so he mounted the mounts for me, got them all mounted and everything where they need to go, and then I'll be doing the wiring on the lights and running all of those. So that's what I'm probably going to be finishing up before I head to the parts store. Eventually I'll probably take a nap because I'm fading fast, to say the least, but we are a week out. We leave in 7 days, so I'm nervous because I haven't had any updates on when the wheels will be here. We are waiting for the rest of the lights for the bumpers to come in, hopefully Saturday. Everything that's at the upholstery shop should be done by Friday. I'm hoping and praying. I haven't heard back from them on anything, so I'm assuming that everything is going fine and dandy. So I'm hoping that's the case. I need to still order all of the decals for the sponsors that need to go on the trucks. I haven't even gotten around to finding all the logo files, so that's another yay moment. I have to figure out how to download Alpha OBD on my old computer because it's only available on Android devices or I think Windows. So I have iPhone and Mac, so I'm glad I was able to find my old computer that was just in my office sitting underneath my desk collecting a bunch of dust, and I was just praying it was gonna boot up, and it did. So I'm like, ah, hallelujah. So I'm going to be trying to figure out how to use Alpha OBD, and hopefully that'll fix the turn signal issue that I'm having on the passenger side that I had shared in previous videos as well. So that's fun. let's show y'all the taillights. I don't know if I showed y'all the taillights, but yeah, I got them both in now. They're looking great. They look so nice. I love them. I love them. And yeah, the palette obviously hasn't had any parts like come off of it so far, so yay. But hopefully that'll change. I'm waiting on parts, like I said, from McGoy's, because it's just been lost in transit, lost in the sauce, and at this point we can't be pointing fingers or trying to look for it. We just need parts so that we can get this done, because this needs to haul the TRX to Vegas in 7 days. Yay. So yeah, that's fun. And then the grill came in, so we have this over here drying. It says Pantera. I'll do a couple more coats on that tomorrow. And then we have our own little paint booth over here between some door handles that had some rock chips on them, interior panels, and then the other little pieces of the door handles are right there. So we have our own little like paint drying session over here. And I still have to put the front camera in the grill. So my man said that he would try to figure out a way to mount that, but I got all the lighting wired into one switch, which makes it easier for me, so that, because we only have 5 auxiliary switches and we have a million different things that are ran with lighting and all of the things. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to try to combine as much as I possibly can without overloading the circuit and blowing fuses and all of the things and relays. So I'm hoping that I'm not gonna have any issues. So far, with all of the rock lights on one switch, that has been no problems whatsoever. I talked to NG Lighting and they said I should also be able to run the wheel rings on the same switch as well without having any issues with blowing fuses, so I'm super happy about that. I was able to run 4 LED pods and the light bar all on one switch with one harness. So they came on, no flickering, nothing got hot or blue, so yay, we like that. We love that when lighting works for us in our favor. I had to do some math to figure out wattage and amperage and if it was gonna be okay, and we should be gravy. I think we're well below the threshold. I was trying to figure out what the true amperage was to the switches that are on the auxiliary switches, and everywhere I have read has said 40 amps. So I'm really hoping and praying that each of those 5 switches have the same amount, because if they don't, I guess I'll find out real quick when something blows. So that's always fun. But thankfully, so far, nothing bad has happened like that yet. So I'm gonna say yet just so I don't jinx myself. So yeah, so basically this is the update that we have so far. It's been a long day without sleep. It's okay. But yeah, I'm really super glad that my man came to help me, because he got me out of the issue with the U-bolt, and he was able to rethread it with my die cast, my tap and die set. So bless his heart. We don't have to have another U-bolt repowdered, so hallelujah, because I did not want to have to do with that. And then what else did he help me with? He helped me put the nutsert in that I was having issues with. So it was much easier for us to do it together. We knocked it out in like 5 minutes, because I was able to hold one wrench while he was wrenching on the other one, because my little sister and I couldn't do it by ourselves. We didn't have enough upper body strength. But him and I were able to get it done. So it worked out good. And I think that was pretty much it. Like I said, it's just been a super long day. I'm actually feeling a lot better too. Now that I forgot to let y'all know that I had been sick. I still have a little bit of stuffy nose, but not near as much of a sore throat. And my eyes don't look near as red as they did yesterday, because I was just like beyond yesterday. I had mental breakdown and it was okay. Sometimes you just need to cry it out, you know what I mean? But I feel a lot better. My aunt actually sent me soup, so that was super, super sweet. Because she saw my update video, saw that I was sick, and was like, oh, I'm gonna send her soup. So that was super sweet, and it made my day. So Aunt Janet, if you were seeing this, thank you so much. It was delicious. But aside from that, my dad's been coming over to help every now and then when he can, especially with like painting parts and just stuff that I don't really need a whole lot of physical labor with, or I don't want to say knowledgeable, but just like, I'm gonna give you a task that I know that you know how to do and you don't need supervision. So that's basically where the painting comes in. Like, here's paint, here's the part, paint it, ta-da. And so that works out good. And then my mom's been feeding us, so that's always super helpful as well. It has been, this is like my team, like my family is my team. Like, I'm super jealous and envious of the shops that have a full-blown team of 5-6 people working all simultaneously on different things in their own little specialty, because I definitely don't have that luxury at all. I'm a one-woman band, and I'm lucky enough to have a fiance that will drive during the week when he's working super long hours and at his labor-filled job. So I really appreciate that when he'll drive over here and make the 3-hour round trip to come and help when he can. So I definitely super appreciate that. But like I said, I have my family, so I'm the only gearhead in my family, and anything I do in the shop is it's like a foreign language to them. So it really honestly is just kind of me in the shop. And even with my fiance, he is in a whole other trade. He's not a mechanic or anything of the sort. So a lot of the stuff that he does in the shop, I'm also showing him how to do first. And that's how we can get things accomplished. But for the most part, he's really good about, okay, this needs to be done, I'll figure it out. I don't want to bother you. You do that. I'll figure it out by like watching a tutorial or something like that, and I'll ask questions if I need to. So I really appreciate the initiative that he takes as well to help me the best he can. But I think that's it. I don't really know if I've even accomplished really anything truly on the list fully, because I only will erase it when it's 100% completely done. And there's a lot of things like started, so there's a lot of things halfway done. Like, nothing's like fully done. So I'm hoping that once stuff starts to get fully done and I see that list declining, I'll feel a whole lot better. But until then, ta-ta for now, guys.